Overview of how to access the shared class My Map, the Google My Map. So this is just the Project 1 overview, which you're probably looking at because I'm going to embed this video here. So you see the direct link where it says adding a pin to the class map. You're going to click on that, and chances are it's not going to log you directly in to your SDSU account unless you're perhaps like at one of the public workstations and you signed in with your SDSU account. But for me, it's got my personal account up here. So the first thing I have to do is to change to my SDSU account. And for me, I see my picture change, but you should just double check that. Now I can access the Edit tab of this. So this has to be restricted to only SDSU login. So now once I click Edit, I get the tools to add a new pin. And I grab the add marker and I can place it anywhere I want. I have a title, which I'll show you exactly how to edit. Then I have a description box over here, which you can also edit. And then there is an add image or video tool, which you can click on to do as well. Let me get back to there in a second. But for now, I want to quickly show you that there's an example point that I've put here of the Whaley House in San Diego. That's why we're zoomed in to where we are. You might initially start zoomed way out, for example. But in the pin, which you can get to, let me just double click on it there, you can see exactly what I want you. Now, obviously, I put example point, but I want you to name the place. In this case, it's the Whaley House in Old Town San Diego. Put a couple dashes and then your last name. That's how I want you to do the title. Then you're going to put, for Project 1, you're going to put the pseudo-archaeological claim. In this case, that the Whaley House is the most haunted building in San Diego or California or whatever it is, right? And then your counter-analysis using the playbook that you learned in week 2. And then a citation to a reputable source of information about the site that you used when creating your counter. In this case, it's this particular article published by our own Professor Malios, who did excavations at the Whaley House. And it has a lot of great information, and I put a link directly to it. In this particular case, it is in the, I think it's like San Diego State Occasional Archaeological Papers series. But it may be an academic journal or maybe a website of a museum or another reputable source, like from a well-known and respected professor's blog or something like that. That's okay in this class. And then we have the image here of the Whaley House, just for context. And we're going to be using this map to build our understanding, so it's going to be, you want to make this entertaining and informative for all your other classmates. So I go back to our point 2 that I put down here. You can see that if I start to edit it, I can actually add an image. I was showing you this earlier. And you can upload something. So if you found something on the web or wherever and you wanted to download it, or you scanned it from an article or a book, you can upload that here. You can enter a URL if you have a web link directly here. So if you're on somebody's blog or something, they have a great photo, you want to borrow it for this, you can do that. You can access your Google Photos, or you can access your Google Drive. But probably the easiest thing to do is to simply click where it says Google Images and just search for the place. And it's the same thing like using Google Images in the Google Image Search or the regular search bar. And then you can click on the one that you want. So obviously you're going to want to look ahead of time in Google Images to make sure there's appropriate images and to help you pick which one is the most appropriate. But that really makes it convenient. And at that point, you hit save, and all of that information will be here, and you should be good to go. I'm going to delete this one. And as a note, if you need to change the location of your pin, you need to be kind of like in edit mode or clicked on it, and then you can move it around. Please do not move other people's pins. I think that goes without saying. Please do not edit them. If you do accidentally do it, try and figure out what you did and undo it. And if that isn't possible, please let me know so that I can get in there and see what I can do. Okay, that should be enough to get you started.